Hello, my name is Roy Abadi and I'm a certified hypnotherapist. Today I would like to talk to you about hypnosis, but in more depth. What is that state of hypnosis? Is it just that show you see at the county fair or in Vegas lounge? Or I believe that hypnosis is something that happens to us every day. Everybody last night was in a state of hypnosis. Right before we fell asleep, when we set ourselves to sleep, that twilight state, right before consciousness, we're losing consciousness, that is the state of hypnosis, that Abaya state. Usually takes a couple of seconds. We remember when we set ourselves to sleep, we went to bed, remember also what we thought about, and then poof, we just drift into sleep, really lost our consciousness. Now hypnosis, so again, let's dispel this myth that nobody can be hypnotized. For sure, last night before you fell asleep, you were hypnotized. You were in that state, losing consciousness. However, I believe that we are in that state many, many times a day. Okay, some people are more in that state of hypnosis than not. So let's do. I'll try to prove it to you. Ever happened to you reading a book? I still read books. Okay, some of you read stuff online or on a tablet, but I usually read books. And sometimes, ever happened to you realizing you don't remember what you read? You have to go back a few pages, 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 pages back, until you remember what you read and start all over again. What was that state? That was the state of basically abeyance, the being in this la-la land. That's what I believe is the beginning of hypnosis. Ever happened to you driving on a freeway? Here, this is Southern California. People drive a lot, sometimes for hours. So, ever happened to you driving on a freeway and miss your exit? Guess what happened? Who was driving? That's also, we call it environmental hypnosis. So again, as what I was trying to say before, hypnosis is a natural, very natural state. Watching a movie. Watching a movie, see pictures on a screen. It's not real. However, the minute you just into it, you start elicit feelings and emotions. You watch a movie, you become happy. Movie is very sad, you start crying. Happened to every one of you that basically listen to and look at me right now. What is it? I believe the great hypnotists, like we call them movie directors, are using props, using actors, setting up a scene with writers. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, using the same state that I call hypnosis to affect feelings and emotions, to go into your subconscious as you basically try to reprogram your own mind. That's what's done in television. When people are basically major corporations running television channels and having great shows, and then stop them for a few minutes and then sell that time to other corporations that suggest to you what you would like to have. This is hypnosis. However, they just don't call it hypnosis. Okay? That's what they call, this whole TV industry is about rating. Why rating? Why they care about people watching it? Because they know the minute you watch it, you're done. You're going to take the suggestion. Obviously according to your suggestibility, but they learn it, they're doing it for over 100 years to us. And it's an, again, multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's all done by hypnosis. So again, hypnosis is done to us all around. Now, as a hypnotherapist, I use that state for positivity. Again, all hypnosis, television, movies, it's done basically to manipulate us. Here in this office, this is my office. We move things around though again, but this is my office. In here, we use the same state to access the subconscious mind and create this, mold this, what I call a hyper-suggestible state, and double it. And we can quadruple it. We can go 8 times deeper. We can go even 16 times, 32 times, 64 times. We can go even 128 times. Mold that state. That people who use television and movies maybe cannot do that. But here, as a trained hypnotherapist, I can open that critical faculties in the subconscious mind, and I'm using a very powerful universal law. And that universal law is when the mind really doesn't know reality from fantasy. Okay? That's how movies are done to us. We have our eyes open and we believe what's happening on a screen, flat screen with running images. So again, that law, you know, Albert Einstein said that what the mind can perceive, it can also achieve. Okay? So the moment the mind doesn't know reality from fantasy, all we have to do is access the mind, and hypnosis is a great tool for it. I showed you that corporations doing it to us for over 100 years in mass media, and now they're doing it on the internet. So we're accessing the subconscious mind and flood it with correction. Just imagine our mind is like a computer program that has a lot of sometimes rogue programs. So when a client comes here, they want to fix something. Let's say something happened to them on flight, and from now on they are very afraid of flying. What I can do is very, very basic hypnotherapy. I can put them in a state of hypnosis, create this depth, say that we can go up to 128 times deeper than a regular movie or a TV show. Maybe even go lower, doesn't matter. We just create a great depth, and we show that subject a best case scenario. Now, we're using this universal law that the mind doesn't know reality from fantasy. If the client knows when it happened to him, basically when the fear started, we can just go to that moment and desensitize it and install a new memory. Even though consciously the client knows that that's a new memory, that new memory becomes extremely deep, ingrained in the subconscious mind. And I call this, I'll tell you what I call it later. However, whatever happened completely disappeared. Now a new memory, a positive memory occurred, and the fear just was desensitized. I call it the Back to the Future effect. Remember that movie Back to the Future, when the hero of the movie went in to the past and corrected the past to allow himself to live in the future? That's exactly what we do. We go into the past, correct it. Again, the mind doesn't know reality from fantasy. We flood it with positivity, and correction occurs. I've seen here in this office, I've seen clients that had major issues. A week later, they come in, I remember one time a client had a fear of climbing a ladder on a roof, and it was part of his job. He has to go up on roofs and give people estimates. And I remember, how are you doing with the issue he had? Because I don't call the fear fear. I said, how do you do with the issues you had? She goes, it's a non-issue. That's how simple it can be. That's how simple hypnotherapy can be. I know it's we use a lot of other mind tricks, a lot of different techniques, but I feel very comfortable using it because I do it for the benefit of the subject in front of me, to help them overcome that issue. So if this is intriguing you, and you're thinking that hypnotherapy can be something you can use, and you are in the Southern California area, I'm here in the city of Long Beach. It's right, it's south part of Los Angeles County, north of Orange County. It's right in the middle of Southern California. If you can, if you're thinking about maybe you can use this technique to overcome any issue you have, I'll be more than happy to give you 50 minutes out of my time. 50 minutes out of my time. It's a no obligation complimentary consultation, so there's no need to pay any fee for that. And we can see if we're fit. You know, sometimes I need to see the person in front of me to see if I can even help him. Remember, I'm in the business of helping people business. That's my business. So if you consider using hypnosis to help you achieve positive changes in your life, I'm your guy.